Well, welcome back, everybody. Again, it's a pleasure to be here today. And we're going to start the morning off with Mr. Quinton Robbins of Catfish Karma. I don't see him. There he is. He's coming up. We're going to bring him up. Mr. Robbins, how are you?
Well, I'm doing great, sir, but I'm trying to use two phones so that I can see comments and see you guys too. And they're at two different rates. So I was a little confused on if we were running behind or not, but I'm here.
No, the YouTube lags about, 20 seconds behind StreamYard.
I see. So I can go ahead and turn this off then.
Yeah, I would turn it off. We'll let you know if you got any comments in there. How you doing today?
Well, I'm doing good, but you know that old saying, it's harder to get up for work than it is fishing? So typically on a Saturday morning, I'd be up. My alarm would be set for like 4, and I'd be awake at about 3:15. Well, today I've been up about 9 minutes. So it just didn't ask me to go fishing, and I had to do this. So, but whatever, I'm here. I'm glad to be here.
I'm glad you're happy to be here. Good. So tell us about your channel. We know you didn't start off as Catfish Karma. You want to tell us a little bit about how you started off and then the rebranding?
Yeah. So as with a lot of ventures, sometimes you have a different image of how you think it's going to go and where life actually takes it. And, I had the old name Mid-South Outdoor Life for like 3 years and put up a lot of content, a little over 100 videos. And I guess it just, it took a while for me to find my groove. And I know what I want to do now with the channel. I know the things that I care about and don't care about. And I wanted a more personal name. I wanted a name that meant something to me, also something that maybe was catchier. And so that's where Catfish Karma came from. And now I'm going to try uploading a lot more. Last year, I think I only uploaded 6 videos all year long. I'm trying to go weekly now. So new logo, new name, a little bit more focus on getting content out more often. So a lot of changes, actually.
Well, tell us what the Catfish Karma means.
Well, I kind of live my life based on karma, the belief of, all of us we can put out good or bad. And if all of us are putting out one or the other, then that's what we're going to get back. And so that, that has a deep, I guess, a value to me. I believe in that strongly. And early on, I saw the opportunity to use my channel to choose what I can put out. And I've always tried to put out a message of responsible selective harvest. So that's a part of it. But other things too, like my camper build videos, I'm sure to some of the guys that only watch for catfishing, they probably didn't get why I was doing that, but there's some messages in there. I shared some of the struggles that I went through. I shared the fact that I was building that camper because I couldn't afford to just buy one. And there's a work ethic message in there, and I don't always throw it right in your face, but I just try to put out hopefully good messaging in my videos that might do good other than just get me some watch time. Does that make sense?
One of the videos that stands out to me watching was you took a young man out, I think was being bullied or something, and put him on some big fish and gave him some confidence.
So
did I read that right, or did I watch that right?
No, you did. That just happened by chance. So he has autism, and along with autism, he also has some. I hope I don't mess this. Some muscular density issues, and he just functions different than a lot of us do. And I took him on, I guess, 3 trips now. We haven't filmed them all, but anyway, it just sort of came out in that video about the bully. He mentioned about how that's what he liked about being out there is there's no bullies. That's just something that just organically happened in the video. But yeah, there's some messaging in that video too. I took another boy in a similar situation. That's something that I like doing on my channel, and I actually I don't know if you guys saw the relaunch video that I did. Just a little 2-minute. It's my channel trailer where I introduce what Catfish Karma is about.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a project that I started that I hope will, just kind of organically start getting out there and people will start reaching out to me. But basically, I've dedicated 25% of all the revenue that I can generate on YouTube through all methods to my Catfish Karma project. And what I'm doing is I'm setting that money aside so that when people like those guys reach out to me, there's funding there to take them fishing, whether it be with me or if I send them with, one of the guides in my area. Because in some cases, like there's some kids that are in the foster community here, and I have a friend who's heavily involved in that, and they would have to go with a licensed guide, which I'm not. So in those cases, that money will be there to take people fishing that might need a little Catfish Karma in their life. So that is what the Catfish Karma project is about. Not
Cool.
the channel as a whole, but that aspect of it.
Well, what's some of the, and I know you don't want to give away all your ideas, but what's some of the things that people can expect to see from Catfish Karma over the next couple months?
Over the next couple months.
The content's going to be different and have a more specific angle to it. So what do you mean by that?
Okay, well, one of them is just fishing content in that I like the new segment that I'm doing called One Spot, One Fish.
Yeah,
There'll be 10-minute videos. So, because a lot of people don't have time for, like, I recently did some really long stuff. I did an hour-long video, a 30-minute video. And the One Spot, One Fish is a guarantee that you're going to see some action. It's going to be about 10 minutes, no fluff. I just get to it. I introduce what I'm fishing, how, the spot that I'm fishing, how I'm going after it, and then I show what happens, whether it be, one small fish, a giant. The first episode like that I put out, we had, I think, 2 or 3 fish, including a big one. So that's going to be happening a lot. Some DIY segments like the one that went up last night where I built a drill-powered winch to haul my canoe up and down banks. I've even done one where I throw my canoe off a bridge and then I use the drill-powered winch to raise it back up the bridge so that I can get it back in my truck.
Really?
Yeah, because I go fishing. That's one thing a lot of people don't know about my channel is a lot of times I'll fish every day. But I don't video it. Last year I put out 6 videos all year. Whereas this year I'll put out 52 if everything goes good, plus some bonus videos. So maybe closer to 75 videos. But I'll get up in the morning. Like if I can arrange my work, I work here at home in my shop. And if I can arrange my work where I have drop-offs the night before, if I tint windows, I'll get up really early and knock out that work. I'll just go as hard as I can so that I might have, say, 4 hours at the end of the day. And I'll grab the canoe and I'll head to the nearest ditch or, one of the smaller rivers local to be on the water. And then, when I have the full days, that's when I'm out in the big boat. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think you've already connected to a lot of people. I know you connected with me. You don't even know it, but the first hour-long premiere you put out a couple weeks ago. You were camping and it snowed and you were just having a good time eating in the camper, but you were catching smaller fish that you call fiddlers.
Uh-huh.
And you said, and then you did a video later on saying that people are always downplaying their fish.
Right.
It's fun to catch those, and you were having a great time catching small fish because of the numbers and because it was just you were out there doing what you love. And it really connected with me because I felt like as a newcomer, I had to catch a giant fish to be an excellent fisherman. You know what I mean? Right. So talk about what kind of inspired that.
Well, I think everybody's born with a certain amount of ego. Literally, I think it's just in us, male or female. And I think it's easy to get wound up in the ego aspect of this, of the modern, I guess you could say, trophy catfish rush, right? I mean, let's be honest, it's been an explosion over the last 10 years. And I just don't think it should be about the trophy all the time. If it's about the trophy all the time, and we're going to be disappointed a lot if we live in reality, right? And I don't want that for really anybody. I don't want that for those young guys that we were talking about earlier that I took fishing. I don't want them to go to the bank and struggle and think it's them and get defeated and not fish. But then, you know, I truly enjoy catching all size fish. It's a mindset, you know, like if you go out and you demand of yourself that you're only going to catch giants, but you happen to only have time to get to the creek, you're going to be disappointed. But you got to find happiness in the reality of what you have available, what you have time for that day, or sometimes budget for that day. So the reality is I've always fished, and, you know, it started off me riding my bicycle to the local pond, and I enjoyed catching small fish then. I enjoy catching them now. And when I can, I enjoy, you know, pulling up the big boat and getting after it and getting after the big fish.
And they're tasty too, right?
They are. And, you know, that's something I learned that from my friend James Patterson, who's been doing this for forever. I've learned a lot from him, and surprisingly, that's one of the coolest things I've learned from him is the value of eating those fiddlers. I had never cleaned one because when I caught him as a kid and took him home and thought I really caught something, I wasn't cleaning them, right? Pops would clean them. And so as an adult, I'd never cleaned a tiny catfish. And I was like, how do you even go about that, you know? Because, I mean, we're talking about some of them, I'll eat them this big, right?
And if you're not careful, they'll spine you good too.
Yeah, they will. But James was on the boat with me one day, but that was our whole goal, was to catch fiddlers. But we caught one real tiny, and he said, I can't say exactly what he said because this is a family show, but he said, this is going to be delicious. And I laughed at him. I was like, you can't clean that. He said, watch me, boy. And he cleaned it, and he sent it home with me, and he was right. The best catfish you've ever ate. They're a different level of tender, a different level of clean. They're fine eating.
And just to go back to your other point, I remember one of Steve and I's first conversations was, you know, he had gotten into that big fish thing, and it wasn't until he took some kids fishing and they were in awe about a 5 to 10 pound catfish.
Oh yeah.
You want to talk about
that? Well, like I say, I've caught so many big fish. It's not a big deal to me, but I didn't realize that a small fish is a big deal to some people. Like I say, I took a couple guys out and was putting them on 5 or 6 pounders. I've still got the video. I need to do it, but I hate to put a summer video out in the winter. But they were like going crazy over these 5 pounders. But it brought me back to earth is what it did. It brought me back to basics. Yeah, for sure.
Sometimes it's easy, you know, I talk about this in some of my videos too, how fortunate we are to get to do what we do. And if you think about people in other countries that just to fish on a boat would blow their mind, we're all fortunate. Any of us watching the Catfish Conference on a handheld computer, we are fortunate people. And I think it's easy to lose sight of that and get spoiled. And
well, you talked about that ego a minute ago, and I'm going to touch a little bit on that, and I may be off base. I don't know. But I don't know if it's ego or what it is, but are anglers wanting to show how hardcore they are. I know, like, for instance, I showed a video last year of me on a Kentucky lake in some 5 mile an hour current with a 40 mile an hour wind blowing up current in some 4 to 6 foot rollers. Mm-hmm. And these guys was commenting, I'll just get up on top of them and roll. You'll be all right. Well, we know what happened down yonder at Wheeler a few years ago. These young guys, I think they're trying to just be who can be hardcore the most is what it is. I don't know if it's an ego thing or what, but
I don't disagree. I don't disagree, but that's, you know, we intertwine something as pure as our love for fishing with this online world, and it can get mixed up. You know, you get so many elements there, from keyboard warriors to ego problems to people that are
jealous.
You know, yeah, or, you know, and then the opposite side, the positive side, people that are just coming at it from a positive point of just learning, and that's really my target. I'm trying. Some of the content I do is not going to make me popular to the tournament crowd. It's just not. And I don't, I'm okay with that. I'm going after a different crowd. I'm going after people that want to learn and that are new. And I don't know. It won't be for everybody, but
Yeah.
I try. I'm trying to put out content that means something to me, and let the chips fall where they may.
Well, out of the 80 million catfisher anglers or whatever that statistic is, there's probably only 1 or 2% out there that's tournament anglers. The rest of them are guys trying to find a bank to fish off of or something. So you're probably right. I mean, targeting targeting tournament anglers is not your best bet, I'd say.
Right.
And especially for YouTube, I think we're forgetting about the people who can't get out to fish, and they're living vicariously through you, Quinton.
I
Getting
get a lot of that
there, and that maybe they're disabled or they just reached a certain age to where they can't do that kind of stuff, and they get to live through you.
Yeah, I get a lot of that. That's something that I don't think I saw coming. Early on, some of my first videos were the fishing with Lucille videos. And a lot of people didn't know who Lucille was until they realized it was my boat. But that's what they were about, was just reaching people who couldn't get out. But when I started doing them, it was for people who were just stuck at work. Maybe they had one day off a week. And then I ended up reaching a lot of people that just don't get out, period. Guys that are in, long-term care facilities, or guys that are just at home, just with mobility issues. I get messages like that all the time, and I really enjoy that. And a lot of them I've been, hearing from the whole time I've been on YouTube. And so that also means a lot to me to keep, putting out some stuff that they like.
Those are the guys and girls that keep me going.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that they're always commenting, they're always supporting, and even though we don't like to put out a video most time without a fish on it, they would be okay with that sometimes, and that's when you got that true support. So Quinton, I know that you've got a great channel, man, and I can't wait to see what you've got prepared for 2021. And every time I couldn't watch last night because I had one eye open and one eye closed. But man, I can't wait to watch it.
I do have one question for you before we let you go, Quinton. I may have missed it. What did you name your new boat?
It's called Victoria Lucille.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a lot of people think I called it the Catfish Battleship because there was a thumbnail that said Catfish Battleship. But my grandmother's name was Lucille, and Victoria, my woman's middle name is Lucille. And I didn't want to give up the Lucille name, but I also wanted to name it after Victoria. So Victoria Lucille.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the picture. I just pulled one up, and
yeah, it's a smoker craft. It's a Yankee boat, but man, I tell you what, it does a good job.
Yeah, I don't know if StreamYard is going to let me share that picture. I'll try it one more time. Let's see. Well, as I'm looking for this picture, you got anything to wrap up with? What do you want to tell the people? What can they look forward to seeing on your channel?
So I've got a bonus video coming out. I think I've scheduled it for Monday. It's a cast net video, basically a how-to video. I don't know if you've ever thrown a taped net, but it's a big deep water tape net with a big 5-inch strip of tape on it. Phytech makes several of them. They're kind of intimidating to throw, but oddly, they're one of the easiest nets to throw. So I did a video on that I'm dropping, I believe, on Monday. I've been saying that I was going to upload every Friday, but I'm starting to question that. So I'd like to maybe ask the viewers that are going to watch this today to comment on what day of the week do they generally watch the most YouTube, because I'm trying to figure this thing out on when's the best time to drop it. And I don't think Friday's it, because Friday hasn't been working for me really well. And I need to pick a night of the week and stick with it. I'm thinking about something between Monday and Wednesday, but I don't know.
Quinton, I don't know if you know about this, but check out vidIQ. They monitor YouTube and they monitor all the analytics, and they tell you when the best time to post your video is.
Man, stop giving out all the secrets. you? God, he giving out all
So
the
I watched some of the vidIQ videos, but I haven't. Are you saying to check out a website called vidIQ?
vidIQ, yeah, it's a program that deals with YouTube and gives you all kind of analytics and tools to build your. And I know you've probably heard of Social Blade, but that's different.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, vidIQ can have some good tools for you.
We got one response.
Okay.
Catfish 0913 says Tuesday.
Tuesday.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Robbins. We appreciate you coming on and sharing your channel with us and a little bit about yourself.
Yep, I had a good time. I'm glad you guys did this. I hope it works out for us as well as all the vendors involved. Catfish Conference has been a big deal for all these vendors, and I want the best for all of them. And I hope it works, and I hope that we're back doing it for real next year.
Me too.
Because that's what life's about, man.
Right.
That real reach, that real content. Or that real contact. So I hope we get back to that.
All right. Well, I'm sure we'll get there.
Yeah.
Lord willing.
Thank you, Quinton. We'll talk soon.
Okay. Y'all take care.
See ya.
All right. Next up, we're going to have Russell Marine at 8:55. So we'll be back in 4 minutes, y'all.